GM fam. Beautiful, sunny, but brisk morning in Berlin. I think 14 degrees, sun is out. That is the most important thing. And just helped my girlfriend take some pictures for her casting. And before that, I got a morning workout in with my friend Matthias, who I'm also going to meet again now. And what we did was a 6K run and then some calisthenic type stuff. Definitely feels like we won the day already. Now I'm biking and vlogging. Don't do this at home, friends. But we're also launching a program for our team members to start building their personal brands, because we believe in being a creator-first company, which means that not just I, but everyone from the team, everyone who wants to, can also and should put out content and be supported by that. And so we have one team member starting soon, and we took her through our agency service, just doing it for her as a team member. But now, before the police stops me for filming on the bike, Mauer Park is on the other side there. Let's see if we can change back there. And now we're headed to Matthias Rossini. Is it? Hey! Good to see you.
Nice.
How's it going?
Good.
How do you feel after our morning glory workout sesh? What's up, guys and girls? How you doing? Wow, there's levels. Huh? I got my little Osmo Pocket, and he got the Sony A7S clean.
Let's go. Okay. I got you something.
Fuck yes.
A bottle.
This is a beautiful bottle. It looks oddly familiar.
Is it your bottle from maybe 2 months ago that you forgot?
True. Thanks. So this is my good friend Matthias Rossini. And usually we would be speaking in Swiss German now, but of course we're filming some stuff, so making sure that you guys can follow along. And Matthias doesn't just have a wonderful apartment, but it's also a cafe in disguise.
Cafe Rossini. Welcome.
Welcome to Cafe Rossini. And that brings us to the next and most important order of business for this morning, which was not the workout. It is the first coffee of the day.
What coffee are we doing? That's the question.
What are you doing?
What are we doing?
I mean, it's gonna be black.
A black coffee?
Black coffee for sure for me.
Iced, or are we doing... that's the question.
Let's start hot. It's only 13 degrees outside, despite being sunny.
It feels like it was hotter after the workout.
It did. But I love my coffee ritual. I always go black coffee first. At least I have, on average, 2 to maximum 3 coffees per day. Try to keep it no more than 3. But the first 2 are always black to keep the fasted state. Nice. Check this out though. That's the menu. Okay, since you whipped out the fancy machine, I'll go with just a hot Americano.
You're going to change the menu to like a Copenhagen style. It's just coffee with milk, you know?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Just like
coffee and then with milk,
yeah.
And you just add the milk.
But then we need the sourdough bread with butter and cheese as well.
Right there. Here's the sourdough starter.
Oh, you're doing your own sourdough?
Like sourdough soon.
Shit.
Look at that. Wait.
That's epic.
The bubbles. Oh shit. There we go. Look at that.
So and you're gonna do sourdough bread or what?
Yeah. Doing it like once a week right now. Just I feel like it's just healthier. It's good. It's fun. It's just flour, salt, water, coffee.
Beautiful in a glass too. For some reason, coffee hits different when out of a glass. Do you agree?
It does. Just like the vibes.
Sit outside for a minute. That's a bit of a bottleneck, no? Always standing up for press and play.
Yeah. No, mine works with phone as well, which is nice. Good to see.
Why don't you all use it?
Huh?
Why don't you use it? Yeah, you. Because I feel like you're always like, your makeup.
No, I changed that.
Oh, okay.
I had to, because since yesterday on Tuesday I figured out how to, before that it wasn't working.
And you whipped up kind of like a chef's breakfast here.
I was just hungry. I think I've been like malnourished the past few days. I've been eating like 1 or 2 meals. So today I'm like, I'm starving.
It looks like a ramen, oatmeal concoction.
Yeah, it's congee, so it's like kind of like oatmeal, but it's just rice instead of oats.
And savory.
Yeah, savory.
Deep in the water, far as I can see. Deep in the water, it's just you and me. Deep in the water, far as I can see.
Was that homemade kombucha?
Yes, sir.
That's crazy. That's a real treat here. Cheers.
Let's stay healthy.
It's really good.
It's green tea yuzu.
How do you sweeten it?
We just put yuzu.
Yuzu?
Yuzu
Syrup?
juice. Syrup. Yeah. It's good.
I would buy this. Alright friends, I figured I'll actually show you parts of what I'm working on. And so right now we're going through this accountability chart, which is basically a visualization of everyone on the team and their roles. And so what you can see here is that we have the different hierarchy levels and ownership levels across the company, with different leaders who then have, clear management responsibilities. But then also everyone on the team knows exactly who they need to reach out to if anything is unclear, who they report to, and who keeps them accountable. And so we've been updating this and, rolling this out now over the next couple of weeks to make sure everyone knows exactly what their role and responsibility is and also what they're working towards. So this is a constant iterative process, but super important to create that clarity for everyone on the team. That also includes that everyone has at least one KPI they're working towards, one metric that matters for their role to measure success and growth. So this is one part of what I'm working on. It's currently mid-June, so we're wrapping up Q2 and we will roll this out alongside other updates and also communicating the new mission, the Q3, Q4 rocks that we are working towards. I will communicate all of that in our all hands meeting, which will take place July 1st. So this is how I'm approaching kind of this new chapter with the team and making sure everyone is aligned, but I also know what we're doing in the first place. We're using Miro for that. Oh, and what also helps me when I'm doing these things is I have the Miro board here that I've been working on with Zelim, our fractional COO. And then I also always have a Notion page open that I use to just write down thoughts, brainstorm different ideas, have checklists. I'm not going to share the Notion page with you right now. There's just too much sensitive information there. But it definitely helps to have kind of like a one pager and then the visualization board. And then those two are the combo that work for me.
Deep in the water through your pregnancy. Sexy love, sexy love. I know you are the...
Alright friends, so we just wrapped up the strategy review with one of our clients. And the strategy review is a session that we do once per quarter. Let's go. And to go over all the quantitative insights we gathered from working with the client and their accounts, but also the qualitative insights that they gathered from people in their network, customers, and whatever else they might have, learned. And so the way we structure it is we have a Google slide presentation where we just recap what happened over the past 3 months. We go over, the raw numbers, the highlights, the wins we've experienced, the learnings, the challenges. Then we give them the opportunity to share their perspective and ask them for some qualitative insights they might have gathered, as I just mentioned. And then we go over their current content strategy and we make suggestions on changes based on the results, but also based on the new priorities they might have with their business. And so, for example, with the client that we talked to today, he's introducing a new offer in the market. And so with that, we're also narrowing down his ideal customer profiles. And we are thus also changing the strategy a bit in terms of what topics we will post about and who he will reach out to through community management workflows. And we're also going to meet him in Switzerland in July for dinner and brainstorming the new business case. And so all in all, it was a fantastic session and a lot of fun, and so important to have these quarterly strategy reviews and not just get lost in the day-to-day of working with these different partners and clients. So that was great. Now I have a call with Luca, Selim and Max from the team to plan our trip to Barcelona next week. So let's get back to work. Ich glaube, da kann man aufräumen mit der Copy-Pipeline, was wirklich die Deadlines sind von den Copies und dann vielleicht so ein Cap pro Woche anfangen zu definieren und basierend darauf dann schauen, wer die Copies überhaupt annimmt. Aber das ist dann ein Thema, was du mit Luca am besten dann auch fixt.
Kurz Couchstille.
So ein Mini-Podcast inside of the vlog.
Ja, voll. So, trying to talk about content for 5 minutes oder so. Why not? Ich habe auch dieses Spiel, die beste Version, die ich finde, die von Daniel.
Crush.
Ist gut. Und er macht genauso noch so ein 60-Minute-Video, 5-mal so 2 Minuten Rede und schon so.
Über das Native Scheduling Tool für LinkedIn. Das wäre Punkt 1. Und dann Go for Monday, Thursday and let's see how that goes. Und dann der zweite ist Automatisierungstool. Was geht?
Monday's looking pretty bleak.
Alright fam, we're done with the calls for today. It's 7 p.m. On the dot pretty much. And I just had a sales call. It was a follow-up call, second call. And the interesting thing about this one was that my core service, just for context, is a done-for-you agency service where we help founders and executives build their personal brands. And we focus on done-for-you content creation by turning video interviews into LinkedIn posts, newsletters, whatever else. So we kind of build content engines for B2B companies by leveraging the input of their employees. And we usually work with the founders and high-level executives. This guy does not have the budget / not necessarily the need of outsourcing the entire process to us in a done-for-you manner, yet he really wants to work with us. And he also referenced how he screenshotted a recent post of mine and gave that as an example of valuable content on LinkedIn that he also wants to share himself for his target audience. So that was nice validation, and that's the kind of feedback I would have never known about if he didn't tell me on the call. So that's also, stresses the point of qualitative feedback. All I see if I log into LinkedIn and look at the performance of my personal profile is the numbers and the DMs. This guy, he didn't send me a DM and said, yo, I love this post. He just told me he screenshotted it and now he's going to take my post, put it into ChatGPT and implement the advice. That's what he shared. So that was good qualitative insight for me in terms of, this content works and I should do more of that. Because I even thought, this post, it was about how to write your LinkedIn about section. I thought it was kind of trivial. Turns out he loved it and he's been doing LinkedIn for a long time. Anyway, where I was going with this is that he really wants to work with us because he's been enjoying the content, he likes the vibes, he knows our case studies. But the offer that I am selling right now is not the right one for him. And so he started brainstorming and pitching what the ideal offer would look like to him, which would be more of a consulting, done with you coaching offer. And I've done that in the past. I do it with some people, but it's not really something that we are trying to scale at the moment. But nevertheless, I went in and I just asked questions and took down a bunch of notes to understand what his need is. And now I have 90 minutes worth of notes that I will then debrief with Luca, our head of fulfillment, and Selim, our COO, to talk about, does it make sense to develop an offer along these lines? And integrate that into our Q3 game plan. And the important thing is to also be willing to say no in a situation like this. If we come to the conclusion that it's not the right fit, we should just focus on scaling our flagship offer, then I cannot be blinded by the shiny object of, let me just try and close this deal no matter what. It has to make sense. It needs to fit into our game plan, because far too often in the past have I taken on clients that were not the right fit, didn't pay the amount they should have paid. I wanted another case study, or let's add a little bit of more like monthly recurring revenue. Almost always regretted it. So you want to be willing to say no, which is tough in situations where you need the cash flow. And we're in a fortunate enough situation where there is a lot of demand for our service. And I also told him that, but I also told him, I appreciate the fact that you are brainstorming with me and that you are enthusiastic about working with me and you're sparking new ideas of product development for us. So all that to say that even if it isn't the right fit, I want to give as much value as possible. And I also see it as an opportunity to understand the market and to identify potential new opportunities for us to launch an offer and monetize and add more revenue to the business. So that was that. And I told you I'm taking a bunch of notes, and the way I do it is literally for every person I talk to in some sort of business context, I just have an Apple Note dedicated to that person in a calls folder. I just add the headline with the date, and then I just write down notes. And so even if I have my AI note-taking tool, which is I'm using Crisp with a K because it also filters out background noise, I still take a bunch of notes. And so I'm talking to him and I get to reference things we talked about 6 months ago. So that's super helpful and gives him a feeling of confidence and that I remember and I listen. Yeah, all that to say that it's 7:04 p.m. now and I haven't eaten anything proper. My girlfriend is calling me. We have a dinner in 30 minutes and I still want to close my work loops, finish answering all the Slack messages and make sure I can have that dinner without anything in the back of my head stressing me. So let's close this one down. And thought I'd share that with you, and also super curious to hear whether or not these insights are actually valuable, helpful, interesting. But I just want to document more of what's happening, and it even helps me process what just happened by sharing it with you. So that's that.
2/3 of the week on no sleep, cause I never had a Jeep, and my mum works late every week. Monday looking kind of bleak, I don't want my zoo to finish, night and day.
Alright, it's time to wrap things up. Good night, fam. Good day, good afternoon, whenever you see this. You are awesome, and I see you soon.
We know what a mind so scatter. I'm looking at Boris like, where does this leave us?